It's really hard for us to sometimes focus. We haven't been seeing eye to eye, girl. Did you notice? Can you tell me if what we have is just too hopeless? Girl, our love is just at an all-time lowest. Can we regain that spark? Shot in the dark. I work of art. I work of art. Girl, you my heart. Don't wanna
What's
part.
going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have a treat for you today. I have the one and only Aaron Wiggins in the house. He has a new song coming out, or it's already been released, Pressure to Diamonds. You can catch it on your favorite online streaming service. How you doing today, brother?
Good, bro. I'm good.
Man, one thing I got to give you your props on is your consistency.
I appreciate it, man. I try my best to be as consistent as possible, man.
You every time I look up, it's something new from Mr. Aaron Wiggins. And
I'm
it's
trying to.
quality. It's not just throwing stuff out there just to be out there.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. Gotta do quality.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate that. You didn't help a couple brothers out this last Valentine's Day weekend,
I tried.
and and the funny thing in my house, so your Christmas albums are legendary,
Fact.
and you've crossed a major milestone in my house, being that we are a black family. My kids have ditched the Jackson 5 Christmas album, and they like your first Christmas album better.
Oh man, you can't do that. Nah,
Yeah, so
man.
Mike gets no play in December around here.
You still got to play Mike. That's the legend right there,
Mike,
man.
but they be giving him that doo doo face, like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Daddy play mac and cheese, Daddy. That's what I want to hear. But they didn't
Um.
totally renamed your songs and everything.
Yeah, man. That's all good. It's all good.
So my son was like, Daddy, it ain't even Christmas because you ain't playing Mr. Aaron songs yet. What's going on?
That's dope. That's dope,
So
man.
yeah, man, you didn't made it into our lifestyle, man.
I
Gotta have
appreciate
it.
it. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I've been working on this music for a while, man. So I'm glad to hear somebody say that, man. It's really dope.
And I know how long you've been working on the music. It was before we were doing it for fun.
Right.
Yeah, with childhood, we was forced into it.
Right. Right.
For all
For
you
the,
don't know,
for
me
the
and
Sharon days.
right, me and Aaron are brothers. We're Rosa Sharon brothers. We're church kids. We go way way back, and our parents were friends before we were even born, and they're church heads, and so we had no choice. We've had many choir rehearsals, sleeping in the pews, and
Yep.
yeah, boy, you gonna say this prayer and do this scripture? I don't care, and
Yep.
had to wear the real tight polyester pants to church.
Had to do testimony service,
Right.
giving honor to God.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
So, but that foundation was really, really important, man.
Yeah, that's true, man. Very important.
It installs a boldness in you where you're not scared to perform in front of people. It's
Yeah.
just second nature.
Yeah, man. Church. People don't realize church, man. It really develops you for everything, man.
If you
Everything.
think about all the major artists that's come out of church, and most notably Aretha Franklin.
Right.
That started the whole church R&B thing. A
Right.
lot of a lot of our contemporaries have started out in church.
Right. That's very true, man. Even like people like Tank,
Hmm.
church boys, Jamie Foxx, church boy, man. Like it's crazy.
And it's something about that soul that you get though, because gospel music is emotional music,
Right.
and it's hard to fake that.
Right.
That's why when
Right.
you see people of different ethnicities doing the R&B, you be like, yo, they went through
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For they
Yeah.
had that feeling, they went through something. Like
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, like that's one of the most soulful dudes out. I
Right.
don't think he gets his props.
Nah, man. He don't, man. He don't. Him. Justin Bieber. They don't get their props, man.
Yeah. Oh, that new Bieber gospel album is kind of fire.
Bro, let me tell you.
A lot of
Bro.
people sleeping on it. They're like, oh, it's just Justin Bieber and all that. But that he got one of the songs up there that I crank a lot.
Yeah, he got chops, man. Like he killing, bro. Like I love Justin Bieber, man.
Yeah, he might get invited to the picnic one day. So, how old were you when you actually really started playing the piano?
I actually didn't pick it up until about 16, 17. Seriously. I started playing about around that time, but I was kind of tinkering with it about 14 years old.
Mhm.
But I didn't get serious until my big brother started really playing. And that's when I started kind of picking it up myself. And then I just took it from there.
Was it one of those things that you're not going to do it and leave me out?
Nah, I've always, so, my grandmother had a upright piano. So I would always play the piano. I would just play with it. And my mom is a pianist herself. She played. So she always wanted me to play. I didn't get serious about it until my brother because it was like, oh, now I have a foundation.
Mhm.
And we would just have my mom purchase a keyboard. We would make beats. That's when we were in the whole beat phase. So we make beats on that little rolling piano we had, and then it just took off from there, man.
Awesome, awesome. Um, you are praise team leader at church,
Yep.
and how do you juggle the two?
Well, I try to keep them separate for the most part, because my faith is my faith and my career is my career. But I try my best to give my all to God no matter what I do, because He's my foundation. So everything I do for church, I try to do it wholeheartedly, innocently, and I give my all to that portion praise team. And then for fun, I do R&B, which is to me fun to do, and easy to do because, even though I'm a church head, I still go through life issues.
Right.
And, a lot of church people don't like to talk about those life issues. And I have to have that release. So that's what I do, my R&B thing.
I think now as we're getting older, especially with our generation, it's not as what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as frowned upon as it was when we were younger.
Facts.
When you were younger, especially like with the girls, they had to wear the skirts, they couldn't wear pants, and
Right.
I had to sneak and listen to rap music and WRP and different outlets like that. Where
Hmm.
now you have a lot of hip hop artists coming out of the church now, and
Right.
that makes it a little bit easier for you to be accepted and taken seriously as a. I don't even like using the word secular artist. I think your art is your art. I think God gave everybody a talent.
I
And
really hate that word secular,
mhm,
and because it just suggests that,
you playing that devil music.
right, like nothing is holy, like nothing is good, like nah, bro, like it don't work like that because even though we do church, we still have real life we have to deal with.
Mhm.
And so for me, talking about that real life hits home with me, just because it's easy for me to talk about. A lot of people want to hide from their issues and stuff like that, and that's not my vibe. So that's why it's easy for me to do R&B.
I think that that's one of the problems. People hold people in a religious position at too high of a standard.
Right,
Like I'm not Jesus. I love Jesus, but
right,
I'm not Jesus. So you don't
right,
expect me to. And it's time where Jesus he lost his temper and flipped over tables, and he's a human too.
right,
And he has that. He is God's son. He has that side, but he also was God's son incarnated in a human body.
right,
You still have the temptations of being a human.
right. Yeah, Jesus. I love the story of Jesus because, man, he's the realist, man, and he talked the realist. He interacted with the realist.
Right.
He interacted with those sinful people, those strippers, those whatever.
Jesus, and people get mad with me when I say this, but I say Jesus was a thug
Right.
because
He
Jesus
he
had
flipped over tables.
right. Like I want to make a modern day version of a Jesus movie
Right. Right.
because Jesus is in the trap. So
Right,
that's who
man.
he was talking to. That's who he was ministering to.
Right. And I honestly think, man, if Jesus was alive today, man, I don't think we would recognize him, man. Just because, we take Jesus and we mold him into this figurehead that I won't say is real, but I think there's more to Jesus than we want to really believe, honestly.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's
Jesus,
my take on it.
he was a complicated man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
And all right, so Jesus is my favorite in the Bible. You know who my second favorite is?
Who's that?
David.
Yeah, he was another real one.
David was Tupac of the Bible, bro. He was. You
Yeah.
gotta think about it. He was a poet.
Yeah.
He was a musician.
Facts.
He was a ladies' man.
Facts.
So yeah, man.
Facts.
He was definitely that.
Facts, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's man. The Bible is a wonderful story, man. I really love it because it's just real, and a
Right.
lot of people skip over that realness of the Bible. All the stories about sleeping with other women, fornicating, adultery. Even the most prominent people that we look up to did the most sinful stuff, and we skip over that stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And it's not meant to be celebrated.
It's an
it's just
example.
right. It's an example and shows that we're human and we go through human things. And there's nothing wrong with about talking about those human things.
One of the lessons I get from the story of David is no matter what David went through and what he did, God never gave up on David.
Right.
No matter what, if he set his homeboy up so he could sleep with his wife.
Facts.
Bruh. Bruh.
That's facts, man. And yeah, and God never gives up on, and that's a bigger lesson. God never gives up on us, even when we go through our mess. And I think it's important to talk about it, just to give an example to kids, talk about marriage, talk about love, talk about being in love, talk about making love. You don't want to always try to wrap everything up and hide it, because that's going to mess everybody else up. You want to really talk about it and really expose it so that people can learn from it.
Exactly. Because my father was a minister, and you think, he's a minister, he's holy and holy.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody came to me and was like, yeah, your dad did have sex, right? You hear? Oh,
right.
That was major.
Right.
That was it. I'm a little disgusted right now, but that was major.
Right. I mean, it's a real thing, man. It's real.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. That's how kids get here.
So, who is your major musical inspiration?
I have a few. So I kind of grew up listening to Usher. He was a major one. I have a lot of his DVDs. So a lot of my examples are from Usher, Chris Brown. Currently, I listen to like Bryson Tiller.
Mm-hmm.
Her is another one of my favorites. I love
killed it during the Super Bowl, and nobody's talking about it.
I love me some Her, bro. Like,
man, I was like, did she just do Prince? What did she?
She destroyed it, man.
Yeah, man,
destroyed it. But she's one of my favorites. She's a very good writer. Eric Bellinger is another good writer. James Font-Leroy, that's the writer for Bruno Mars.
Okay.
He's an amazing writer. And those are kind of my foundations.
Awesome. Well, Zoom is hating on us because
facts. I saw that
in my meeting area.
Yeah, I saw it. We got 6 minutes though, bro.
Yeah, we can do a lot in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So tell me about your upcoming projects.
So it's my goal to release some music every month. I just want to give the people something to really rock with. So I'm doing the latest album I got out is Pressure to Diamonds. My next project is going to be called Broken Hearted. If we got time, you can play it.
I'm gonna play it.
Oh yeah. Then it's really my plan. I want to do a gospel album. So I'm actually doing like a 10-track gospel, a 2-part 10-track gospel album. So one's going to be like a contemporary vibe gospel, and then one's going to be like your traditional praise and worship gospel album. It's coming out pretty dope. It's a lot of work, and it's been like a year in the making for real. So
Wow, that's 2.5 albums at one time.
Facts. So
And all your production is self done.
yeah, I do all of my recording myself. My producers, I make music, like I make beats, but I really rely heavily on my family, Ben Thompson of Co Music and Charles Tate of Zone Black.
Yes,
Um,
Charles is dope.
yeah, Charles is that dude. But those are my producers that I really use for all of my music. So if you hear anything like Pressure to Diamonds, that was produced by Ben Thompson.
Okay.
So if you hear anything coming out, most likely it's going to be Ben Thompson or Charles Tate. So
Nice, nice. Yeah, and I spoke with your cousin Rhonda not too long ago.
okay,
And one of my goals is because people don't realize the Thompson family, y'all are like the modern day Jacksons. Everybody is super talented in multiple things, not just one thing.
yeah, man.
I want
Yes.
us to have a chat one day with all of us. I don't know how serious we're going to be able to do
Oh,
it.
bro, that's gonna. Yeah, we're gonna tear it up, bro.
I
That
want
that would be
me,
dope.
you, Michael, Barney, Ben, and Rhonda.
Yeah, we're gonna go crazy, man. Yeah, that's gonna be laughs the whole time, bro. Like,
Yeah, we might call it the Rosa Sharon reunion tour.
hey, that would be dope, though. That would be dope.
Yeah, bro. So let me go ahead and play a little bit of your new track. Do you
All
want
right.
to? We're gonna do like they used to do back in the day on Dick Clark show. I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce you.
So this is a new album that's gonna be coming out in March called Broken Hearted. It's just talking about how we go through a relationship and you might experience brokenness or brokenheartedness. This is just talking about that you're not a bad person for having a broken heart. You know, you're still human. You're just going through a situation right now. So just take a listen and check it out.
Here we go. Aaron Wiggins, Broken Hearted.
You've been putting up walls around your heart.
Y'all gonna excuse me. I am gonna bob my head a little bit.
Piece together the parts. Cause love got you in your feelings. You feeling so down. Pick you up before you drown into out of control, spin around and round. Oh. Now he didn't deserve you. Yes, I will protect you. I will be a better man. Took advantage of you, yes, I will protect you. I'm gonna just take my hand, yeah. Broken hearted, disregarded. Let me love you, girl. You're not heartless, you're just broken hearted, disregarded. Let me love you, girl. You're not heartless. Broken hearted, disregarded. Let me love you, girl. You're not heartless. Girl, don't let hurt defeat you right now. You got too much power. Hold your head up, strut your stuff, get your back. I ain't mad, my delicate flower. My love rains like a shower. You're the one I desire.
The lyrics though.
No, he didn't deserve you. Yes, I will protect you. I will be a better man. Took advantage of you. Yes, I will protect you. Come on, just take my hand. Yeah.
Are we coming back on when it closes out?
Yeah, we can. We're gonna let that ride out. Before we let that ride out, go ahead and give a couple shout outs.
Shout out to Ben Thompson. Shout out to my wife, Shayna Wiggins. She has some stuff coming out too, books, therapist. Be on the lookout for her.
We're gonna have to get her on the podcast.
Right. Shout out to Meezy. That's my mentor, my big brother. Show me everything about music.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole Night Clan. Love y'all, man.
Go ahead and give them your Instagram, how they can pick up your music, where they can find this fire at.
You can look me up on Spotify, all the music platforms. Instagram, social media is Aaron Wiggins Productions, Aaron Wiggins, Wiggins Productions, on all social media.
And we just gonna let it ride out to that.